Hey guys, AJ Town here live with the Hey guys, AJ Town here live with the Storm Chasers, ready to bring you the latest weather information as we start to watch this storm system that's really going to impact the Minnesota area and extreme eastern portions of South Dakota and even into Iowa is what we are going to we're going to watch over the course of the next 24 to 36 hours, that we're going to see these severe weather conditions come through the area. Now, all modes are going to be possible, so we are talking about hail. We're talking about damaging wind, and yes, even the risk of seeing some tornadoes through the area. So we'll get into that, kind of break things down, look at some models hour by hour, kind of see what we're looking at. Good news is this isn't really going to impact the area until late afternoon, early evening is what we are looking at. It'll quickly move out of the area as well. So not a huge concern of coming in and staying with us for a long period of time, bringing us that torrential rain or anything like that. We're looking at it going to be a prolonged or a short, quick snip of a system that's going to push through the area and bring us that chance of seeing some severe weather risk coming through the area. Speaking of severe weather risk, let's go ahead and jump right into that. As we jump into that, that severe weather risk is going to be a 2 out of 5 that is issued by the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. Now, this is the Storm Prediction Center. This is not something that we put together. We just use the overlay and put it on our map system. So therefore, it will give us the I do apologize. I seem to be echoing quite horribly here. I just lost my mic. Test. Test. Technical glitch. Test. All right, we'll run with this for right now. We'll have to adjust it later. But anyways, as we take a quick look here at your model outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, we do see that risk is going to be there as far as seeing some of that severe weather. A 2 out of 5 is what we are currently looking at. As we look at closer back home there, you can see that Sioux Falls area is impacted by this 2 out of 5, a slight risk area. That green area is a marginal risk. And those dotted line area that's right above my head here is going to be more of your thunderstorm risk that we are going to see. Now, as we look at a chance of seeing some tornadoes, now this is that 2% risk is going to be that green area. The brown area is going to be your 5% risk. As we do see that, we are looking at that has shifted just a little further westward than what we saw this morning. So as we zoom in there, we can see where that line does set up. That does include much of the I-29 corridor and to the east of the I-29 corridor. They're about that Highway 281-ish area there. We do see that green area between the I-281 and the I-29, where we're going to see some severe weather produce the capability of seeing a tornado or two within that area as well. So there's going to be that risk as you do shift eastward. The risk does continue to increase as we do watch that over the course of the next couple hours. As we take a look at your next slide here, now this is going to be your hail risk. As we take a look at that, you do see that the hail is going to be right through that Sioux Falls area. I do apologize there. I clicked on the wrong one. So there we go. As we look at that hail risk, you can see it does impact quite a bit of Minnesota over into Wisconsin, some of Iowa, and down into Nebraska, where we will see that risk of seeing some hail in that yellow. That brown area is going to have the less of a risk of seeing some of that severe weather as well. Then as we do, again, let's take a quick look back home here. You do see Sioux Falls area, I-29 corridor, just a little further eastward or westward of that I-29 corridor is where we're going to see that greatest risk of seeing some of that hail probability with this as well. Now, as we go into the look out for the wind prediction out of Norman, Oklahoma. Again, that wind is going to be does impact that Sioux Falls area. You can see that as well. Does include down to the Sioux City, north of I-80 corridor, basically all the way up to the Canada border. As we do zoom in there, you can see that wind probability is there and going to bring us those wind chances of coming into that area over the course of the next couple days. That we're going to be watching here fairly closely is what we're going to be seeing with this wind coming into tomorrow. I do apologize, I said days. It is actually tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is what we are looking at with that. Now, we will take a quick look at some model runs here, look at timing, and kind of look at what we are looking at as far as the outlook is concerned, seeing what we are going to see and when we're going to see that. We'll get that switched over. We're getting that loaded, so give me just a quick second to get that loaded. As we do put this map into motion here, we are going to watch the system, just that slight chance of seeing some rain showers throughout the day for the Minnesota, Iowa area there. We don't expect anything severe with that. Then as we go through the morning there, we do have some of those slight chances of rain showers pushing through the northeastern portions of South Dakota into Minnesota. Just some rain showers, nothing severe is expected with that. We do have a quick clipper system that will start pushing through the area there, bring through the Aberdeen area through the morning. Now, when this starts to get into that Minnesota area there, that's when we start to see things really start to ramp up and bring in our chances of seeing some severe weather. You can see right through that I-35 corridor, you can see just south of the Minneapolis area, there's that stronger cell. As we do look into the Minnesota area there, this model is suggesting that bow right there. Now that bow is going to be a strong indication of seeing some wind possibility with this as well. So we are going to have to keep a close eye on that for a duress show setup with this as we go into the next slide here. That's about that 3 o'clock time frame when we start to see some of this really come together and move through the area there. You can watch that system. So this is primarily going to impact the Minnesota and Iowa area. However, about that 1 o'clock time frame is we're going to have to start watching this area for some development, which does include that Sioux Falls area, the I-29 corridor, the Brookings area. We're going to have to keep a close eye on that, as we are going to see the probability of seeing some quick pop-up showers with that. And as those showers quickly pop up, we're going to have that chance of seeing some of that damaging wind and hail probability with this as well. So something we're going to have to watch very closely coming into the next couple hours with that. Is going to be, there we go, is going to be watching that neck of the woods there. Then as we go into, again, that 2 o'clock time frame, things quickly shift off to the east and into the Minnesota and I-35 corridor, finally pushing out of that I-35 corridor by about that 5, 6 o'clock time frame. And then we do have a little bit of a system that does back build over into that Minnesota area, so we are going to have to watch that back build, because that's going to be back build on that system about that 7:45, 8 o'clock time frame. 9:30 is what we are watching with this. Now, this is just one model run that we look at and we utilize, and as we do utilize that and take that into consideration, we do have that probability of seeing some of the quick spin-ups. As we take a quick look at our latest model run here, give me just a second to get that up. we go. As we take a quick look at this model run, we are looking at the HRRR, where we are going to be looking at some significant tornado parameters, is what we are looking at. And we can see that this does put just a little bit of a cell about that Pipestone area there, about that 19 Zulu. So that is going to be right around that 6 o'clock time. Or I'm sorry, I told you wrong on that time frame. So the 19 Zulu would put it right about that 2 o'clock time frame. And we do see, as we take a quick look at this chart here, bottom right corner there, we do see that it is a marginal tornado risk. However, our parameters with this is going to be more of that severe risk coming into that Pipestone area there, about that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock time frame. And then as we go through the morning, or a little later there, about that 20 Zulu, we are looking about that 3 o'clock time frame, where we do see some stronger parameters that are set and do bring us that chance of seeing an isolated spin up or two in that area as well. North of the Laverne area is kind of what we are looking at with that. So something we're keeping a close eye on is going to be that southwest corner of Minnesota is what we're really watching for that severe weather. You can see some of this system back here bringing a slight chance of a spin up or two possibility. However, my confidence isn't too high on that. So we are looking again in more of a southwest Minnesota event than of a South Dakota event. However, again, we do have that risk of coming into the South Dakota area, coming into the tomorrow by the Storm Prediction Center, so something we are watching fairly closely. Again, northwest Iowa does have some things that will pop up as well, according to this model here, that we are going to watch as well and bring us that chance of seeing possibly a spin up or two in northwestern Iowa as well. Come about that 7 o'clock time frame. So something we're going to have to keep a close eye on is going to be what's coming over the next 24 to 36 hours, where we are going to see, again, as we take a quick look at our day 2 tornado outlook. Again, we do have that Sioux Falls area that is underneath that risk, so that 5% risk. Now, the 3 tornadoes that moved through the Sioux Falls area, that was a 2% risk day. So just kind of keep that in mind in the back of your head. Now, does that mean we're going to have a large tornado outbreak tomorrow? No. It just means that there is that probability of seeing some of that severe weather come through. So we are going to continue to monitor. We do start to see things start to fire right around that 2-3 o'clock time frame, and then quickly move to the east, to the southeast, and mostly impact the southwestern portions of Minnesota, northwestern portions of Iowa. South Dakota is just under that little bit of a risk, in our opinion, but we'll have to keep a watch on these models as they come over the course of the next couple hours, how things do develop. So we will continue to monitor that. We will have our weather center staffed. We will be out in our chase vehicles. We will also be out, hopefully, in our new mobile weather center. That is hopefully to be done yet today. And we will continue to watch this and bring you the latest information. Thanks, guys, for joining us, and have a fantastic day.